Can you please show me your IDs? Excellent, guys and girls. Perfect, everybody. Just perfect. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, my Fernanda. Do you have your ID, Maffer? Angel? Yes, thank you. Augusta on the forehead. Soraya, Maria Gracia, very well. Thank you very much, Kathy. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, everybody. I want to talk about attendance. Most of you, I don't know if you knew this, but you need 70, you know this because you received an email, but you need 70% attendance. You understand? You have to be 70% of the classes. Now, most of you already passed 70%, so you're good to go. I'm going to say who hasn't passed yet, okay? And these people have to be careful in order to pass in the next few classes, okay? So only 4 people, María Alejandra Pacheco, Daira Pinto, Katy Saltos, and Nicole Armas haven't passed yet. Of these people, of these 4 people, Alejandra and Katy, who are here in the class right now, you pass today, okay? So if you stay in the class for the 4 hours, you pass and you have more than 70% attendance, okay? Now, the other 2 people have to be careful. Those are Daira and Nicole. I made the calculation, and if you continue to come to class, you will be completely fine, okay? You are not at risk, okay? But you have to come to class. For example, Daira, if you come to class, or Nicole, if you come to class, the next 2 classes, you pass, with 2 more classes, you pass the 70%. Remember, you have 2 exams, so with that will be enough if you come to the exams, okay? Yeah, but I recommend that just remember that you need to come, okay? Of course, you will be okay. You are the only ones who are a little bit at, not at risk, but, and some people have very, very good attendance, like really, really good attendance. Some of you have perfect attendance. Congratulations to the people who have perfect attendance, people like Samantha, people like Richie, people like Dana is not here today. People like Maria Gracia, who have come to every class, So congratulations and thank you for your commitment to come to every class, okay? I just wanted to mention a little bit the attendance because if you don't know that you have problems with that, it could be problematic at the end, okay? It could be problematic. You think you pass, but then you realize, oh my God, I don't have 70%, so I don't pass. And it's a problem, okay? Now, if you get sick or whatever, it's okay, you can get sick. But if you only let me know via WhatsApp, that is not a justification. You understand that, right? I mean, if you are people in university, you understand that if you tell the teacher, I'm sick or I don't have electricity at home, that is not a justification for, like, I'm very sorry for you, but that is, you are absent in the class. Now, if you go to hospital or something and you have a medical certificate, well, you can send that to me and I can justify. But it's a much better situation. You just come to class. Oh, we have a visitor, Nicole. Is that your baby?
It's my little brother.
Ah, okay. It's your little brother. Okay.
Yes.
What's the name of your brother?
Santiago.
Santiago. Very nice name. Okay. Hello. Say hi. Hello. It's very beautiful. Okay. Very good. Okay, so we have to continue. I hope that we finished the book today. The book, I call it book, but it's a platform. Okay. And I have prepared some speaking exercises. I think it's super important to practice for the speaking exam. I don't know if you remember, but the speaking exam is the majority of your grade, right? So it's important to practice. I have some exercises prepared for that. So you speak. This is why at the beginning of the classes I ask you questions. I want you to speak. So sometimes you answer, sometimes you don't answer. That's a problem. But the idea is that you speak, and especially some people in the class, when I ask them questions, they speak, they don't have a problem. So that's good. But some other people need to speak a little more to practice. Okay. That will be a good idea. Okay, guys. So a couple of things. A few minutes ago, I sent you the link for the assignment for the for Flipgrid. It's super easy. You just have to go into the link and you can record a video from your computer. If you want, you can download the app. It's super simple. I have used it with other groups and nobody had problems with that. It's like super easy. What you have to do is you have to record a video 1.5 minutes maximum. 1.5 minutes maximum. If you record 1 minute, it's okay. If you record 1 minute and 10 seconds, it's okay. But if you record 10 seconds, it's too short. Okay? You have to record. Try to record 1.5 minutes. Okay, and this is what is important about this thing. You have two things that are super important about this assignment. One, and this I think is the most important, don't cheat. Don't cheat. You know what is to cheat? Hacer trampa. Don't do that. Don't read from the internet. Don't ask Google ChatGPT or Google or like Google Translate or whatever. Don't do that. Okay? Just
Sorry to interrupt, teacher.
yes.
What, which was the subject we were supposed to talk to about? I don't quite remember.
Yeah, don't worry. When you go into the link, you will have the title inside. It's advantages and disadvantages of using smartphones. Okay? I was going to talk about that in a minute. So the first recommendation is don't, like some people just go into ChatGPT and then read. It's super obvious for me when you do that. Don't do it. Okay? Because the idea is that you learn, that you practice. It doesn't matter if you have like 8 or 9 or 7. It's okay. I mean, don't worry. I mean, if you want to have 10, perfect. But for me, it's more important if you practice. If you do the effort, you have to do the effort. Okay? That is the most important thing. Okay? So don't cheat. Don't go into ChatGPT. Don't use Google Translate. Don't Google advantages and disadvantages and read. Don't do that. Because I notice when you use special vocabulary that we haven't used or like strange structures, it's super easy to know when this is not, when I ask you questions and you answer, and then when you are doing the exercise and you speak completely different, it's easy to know that you didn't do it yourself. Okay? So try to use your words. If you use your words and you make the effort, you will have 9 or 10. Don't worry. Okay. This is really, really, I won't give you like a 4 or a 5. Don't worry about that. But do the effort. This is the first thing. The second thing is we're talking about advantages and disadvantages of using smartphones. So if you're going to speak, for example, for 90 seconds, which is 1 minute and a half, try to use half of the time to talk about advantages and the other half to talk about disadvantages. Because the problem sometimes is when you start speaking about advantages and disadvantages of smartphones, you start with the advantages and you speak for 70 seconds about the advantages, and then you say, okay, now I'm going to talk about the disadvantages, and you speak like, okay, disadvantage is this, and it's over. You know, you need balance. Balance is important. You have to organize the time. I take this into consideration, okay? More or less half for the advantages, more or less half for the disadvantages. Of course, I'm a reasonable person. If you think there are more advantages than disadvantages, you will have to use more time for the advantages than for the disadvantages. That I understand that. But you have to tell me that at the beginning. You have to say, okay, I think there are more advantages than disadvantages. And you talk about 2 or 3 or 4 advantages, and then you mention 1 or 2 disadvantages. That's okay, but try to organize it. Say at the beginning what you are going to talk about. Like, for example, my name is Rafael. I'm going to talk about the advantages and disadvantages of smartphones. I think there are more advantages than disadvantages. There are 3 advantages that I will mention, and I will mention 2 disadvantages. So you tell me what you're going to say, okay? And then you talk about it. One of the advantages is that you can be in contact with your family, even if you live in a different country. I don't know. Another advantage is that you can, I don't know, find out in real time what's happening, you know, the news very fast, whatever. And then you talk about the disadvantages. I think one of the disadvantages, you can become addicted to your phone and you're always like this all day long, and this is a problem. I don't know. Whatever you want. I'm giving you some examples, but try to use different examples, okay? That's the idea. Now, when do you have to send it? The idea is that you do it over the weekend. So for next class, okay? Dana sent me a message that she's not going to be in class, and she asked me like, when can she send this? I'm going to answer her in a minute because I am right now with you. I am going to explain that the idea is that you can do it for next class. So it's not, you have a lot of time. For next class is Tuesday, okay? Understand? So don't worry about it. Just do it when you have some time, but please do it for next class, because if you don't do it, I won't give you a 0 immediately. I will start asking you, please, can you do it? I have to send the notes, you know, like it's important that you do it, okay? And try to do it on time. If you can do it today, great. If you can do it tomorrow, great. It's only a minute and a half. What do you have to do? You have to write on a piece of paper what you think are advantages and what you think are disadvantages. Like take notes, you know, like organize more or less what you want to say, and then start speaking. And you record a video. If you don't like it, you erase it and you record it again. Understand? You record it 2 or 3 times until you're satisfied. You hit send, and nobody else is going to see the video, only the people in the group. So your classmates will be able to see the video, but don't worry, I won't show the video to anybody else. This is going to be forever private in the group. So don't be afraid, okay? Just speak and trust yourself. That's what I suggest, okay? Do you have any questions about that? No? Okay. If
I
you
have a question,
yes,
but
of
it's
course.
not about that.
Tell me,
It's
Matt.
about the homework that you send. I don't have like grade in some of them. I don't know if it's my problem or. Like,
I don't have a what?
I don't have the grade in some of them.
In the previous homeworks?
Yeah, about like
Yeah,
the writing, like a letter.
Yes, I know, because I am behind schedule. I haven't finished grading. Yeah, I know yeah, I am behind schedule, but don't worry. This weekend you will have it, because this weekend I'm going to be working on that, because it's a lot. I have to read each and every one of them, so don't worry. You will have a grade. Okay, Madeline?
Okay, thanks.
Good. So for other people who still don't have, some people have grades because I have graded some, but not everybody yet, not yet. If you don't have a grade, be careful. Sorry, be patient, not careful. No, be patient. I will do it during the weekend. I am a little bit behind schedule. Okay, you understand this expression, behind schedule? Estoy como atrasado con eso. I am behind schedule, but I don't worry, because I have to do it. I have to do it before it finishes, and you will have it and you can check it later. I will try to. I think the platform can send you a notification when I grade it. I will set it so the platform sends you the notification when I grade it. Or if you really want to know, you can send me a WhatsApp message, teacher, what is my grade? And I will see and tell you, or you can check better yet, you can check the platform and you will see the grade. Okay. That is the first thing. The other thing is that I uploaded, I shared a folder where you can put your ID, where you can upload your ID. This is important, guys. It's super, super important. Okay. I think this is the best way to do it, because in a previous class, I asked them to send the ID via WhatsApp, and suddenly I had 30 messages. Like I didn't know who sent me the message. It was very disorganized. So what we're going to do now, you have a folder where you can upload your ID and your photo. Okay, this is a photo tamaño carnet. Remember, not a selfie on the beach. No, photo tamaño carnet. Remember, this is important because some people in the previous group, they uploaded a photo like next to the tree, very beautiful, very artistic, but this is not what I want. Okay, I need just the face, okay, like a passport photo or that, and a photo of the ID, that is important to remember. Now, the photo of the ID must have your name. For example, I send my ID and it says Rafael, all my name, Rafael Francisco Comte Mosquera. That is my name. And then I send the photo, and the photo must have the name of the photo, must be my ID number, el número de cédula. La foto tiene que tener como nombre el número de cédula, y la cédula como nombre, su nombre, el de ustedes. Okay, is that clear? Yes. Excellent. Try to do what you can. Don't use PDFs, please, for the photo. If you want the ID, it can be any format, but the photo, it has to be a photo, not a PDF, okay? That is important to remember. And don't erase the photos of the other people, because that will be problematic. Any questions about that? Now, send it when you can, during the weekend. It's important that you do it when you can. Do you have any questions about this? Augusta, you have a question? Your microphone is open. No, no, it's okay. No, I thought you wanted to say something, but that's why I was asking. I could hear like a noise, a weird, like a person speaking or something. Okay. Good. Okay, so now we're going to start. That was it's important for today to talk about these things. And last week we finished question tags. No, not completely. We have still one exercise that we have to do from the question tags. And then we're going to do an exercise about, which is a listening about the murder, like a murder case. Okay, I'm going to share my screen. This is the exercise that we have to do. It's complete with a question tag. Are you, is it, isn't it, etc. Now, super important. Do you remember question tags? Yes. Anybody has any questions about this? This is the moment. So if you, the good thing is last class, everybody was here. We had the only day, the only day in the whole course that everybody was in the class. We had 18, except me, of course, 18 people in the class. Today, the only person who is not in class is Diana because she sent me a message. Okay. So I think everybody heard the explanation, but I want you to know, I want to ask you if you have any doubts. If you understand this very well or more or less. If you have any doubts, this is the moment to speak. No doubts? Okay, excellent. Just a quick recap before we do the exercise. Remember two things that are important. If you have a positive verb in the main sentence, then you have a negative tag in the second sentence, in the second part. If you have a negative verb in the first part, then you have a positive tag. So it's like positive, negative, negative, positive, always the opposite, okay? And the other thing that you have to remember is that you need to use the correct auxiliary. For example, it's cold today. This is verb to be, present simple. So you have to use isn't it. In this case, it's very simple, but what happens when you have this? The match finishes at 8. This is present simple. So you obviously need to use the correct auxiliary for present simple. What is the correct auxiliary for present simple? Do or does. This is positive, so you have to use don't or doesn't. How do I know if I have to use don't or doesn't? Because it's talking about the match, it. So doesn't it? Okay? You have to think about all these things. Of course, with the practice, you can consolidate this. But at the beginning, it takes a little while. You have to think about all these things. This exercise is already done, and we have to do the last exercise here before we continue. It's called Grammar Bank 1B, complete with a question tag. Okay, I'm going to show you first how it works. You have 10 exercises, okay? And you have to complete with a question tag. Are you, isn't it, etc. Exactly the same thing we have been doing, okay? I'm going to give you the standard, which is 1 attempt and 10 minutes. But if you finish before that, please try to finish as soon as you can. When I see that everybody finished, we can start checking, okay? And 1 attempt. Okay, let's everybody start this, okay? Let's go now. If you have any questions, please let me know, remember, okay? Now I will let you work quietly. Let's go. Okay, are you ready to check? The last person just finished. So we're going to check together. Augusta, you look like you want to start. Can you do the first one, please? If you turn on your microphone.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought that I pressed. Your brother works at the petrol station, doesn't he?
Doesn't he? Very well. Petrol, not petrol, petrol. What is petrol?
Petrol.
Yeah, what is that? What is a petrol station?
Petrol. I think it's in Spanish. Estación de gasolina.
Claro, exactly, very well. But petrol is a very British word. So if you go to the United States, you will not hear this word. They say gas station, gas, because they say gas because of gasoline, right? Nicole, can you do number 2? I think she fell asleep. Nicole, she's asleep. Nicole, wake up. Oh, she disappeared. What happened? I don't understand. I think she was frozen, not asleep, to be fair. Oh, what are you gonna do? Samantha, can you do number 2? 2.
Okay. They don't have any proof to do they.
Yeah. Remember the word is proof. Proof, not prof.
Proof.
Proof. They
Proof
don't
to
have
take.
any proof, do they? Yeah, very good. Thank you very much. Madeline, can you do number 3?
Yes. That man isn't the murderer, is he?
Easy. Exactly. Very well.
Uh,
These
Teacher,
people. Yes, tell me.
I made a mistake in the option 2. Like I put the sign of interrogation. I don't know how it's called.
The question mark.
Yeah, and it marked like wrong, but the answer is right. I don't know if it can be
Only in number 3.
and number 2. Yeah, only in that.
Only in 1.
In the number 2.
Okay. Don't worry. After this I will check it and give you the and give you the point. Don't worry. The problem will be if you made a mistake in all of them. Like it's only number 2. Okay, I will check in a minute. Okay. The word murderer is a little difficult to pronounce. Remember, it's not the same murder and murderer. You have to pronounce the extra syllable. It's a little difficult. It sounds like brr, like like a dog, like a little bit like that. But you have to make the effort. Okay. Richie, can you do number 5? No, number 4.
You were a witness to the crime, weren't you?
Weren't you? Very good. Thank you, Richie. Kathy. Number 5.
The police have arrested someone, haven't he?
Haven't they?
Haven't they?
Yes, the police. It's a group of people. The police have arrested someone, haven't they? Okay. Nicole, are you back?
Yes.
What happened? You fell asleep or
Sorry.
were you frozen?
I don't know. My internet is
Collapsed.
frozen. Yes.
Okay, no, because you were like this and I thought you were asleep. So I was like, Nicole, wake up. Nicole, wake up. And
I
then you
know.
disappeared.
Sorry.
And you disappeared. So I thought maybe you were frozen.
Yes.
Okay. Don't worry. It's okay. You know, internet can be a mystery sometimes. You know, it works, it doesn't work. Can you do number 6, please, Nicole?
The woman wasn't dead, Was she?
Very
Was
well.
she?
Remember, when you're reading, you have to lift, you know, the intonation a little bit. So you say, the woman wasn't dead. Was she? You see, you cannot say the woman wasn't dead, was she? You know, like a very plain, very flat, because it doesn't make any sense. It's like in Spanish when you're asking a question. I don't know. Tu hermano va a esa escuela. It's not the same as tu hermano va a esa escuela. You know, you have to change the intonation. Otherwise, nobody will know it's a question. The same thing happens in English. You have to change the intonation. So the woman wasn't dead. Was she? You know, you change the intonation a little bit. Well, thank you very much, Nicole. Number 7, Ángel.
That girl took your handbag, didn't she?
Correct. Took in the past, didn't she? The girl took your handbag, not talk. Took. I don't know. I didn't hear very well your pronunciation, but it's important to pronounce took. That girl took your handbag, didn't she? Very well. Irene. There's a film. I don't know. Have you heard this film? Have you seen this film, Irene? It's called Me, Myself, and Irene. No? No. It's, I think when were you born? Because I think you weren't even born. When were you born? What year were you born?
In Guayaquil,
No, the year.
year,
Yes. Not where.
uh,
When.
2001.
2001? Yeah, no, impossible. It's before you were born. It's a very funny film from the 90s. Me, Myself, and Irene. This is a comedian called Jim Carrey. You probably don't know him. It's so strange. It's so strange. Can you continue? Can you do the next one, please? It
Yes.
would be number 8.
Yes,
This is a mistake. Of course, this is to prison. No. Yeah, to prison, of course.
Okay. He won't go to prison. Will he?
Will he? Exactly. Very well. Maria Gracia. Number 9.
You haven't seen the suspect, have you?
Have you? Very well. And Alison to finish. Number 10.
They didn't have enough evidence, did they?
Did they? We check. Oh, no. We cannot check because I didn't write anything. Yeah. But you understand, right? Did you have any problems with the apostrophes? No, right? Okay, excellent. Excellent. The only problem was Madeline. Let me quickly check what happened. Oh, Madeline, but you have 9. It's almost perfect. You want to be extra perfect. I thought you had like, okay, like a terrible grade and you wanted a little more. But no, everything's perfect. Okay, I already corrected it. And now you have a perfect 10.
Thank you. Sorry.
You're welcome. No, I thought okay, she had a bad grade and she wants a little more. But, but you have a 9. It's very high. It's very good. But you are in your it's your right. I mean, if you want to have a little more, it's perfect, you know? Okay. We're going to continue. We have officially finished the grammar part. Okay? And we were talking a little bit about this intonation thing in question tags. That is super important, you know? Like if you say, did you? Did you? Didn't you? You know, you have to you have to sound like you're interested, like you want to know, you know? It's important in English to do the intonation. So we're going to continue and we're going to do that. Okay. With the pronunciation and speaking intonation in question tags, I'm going to share. It's this one. Okay, it says pronunciation and speaking intonation in question tags. Listen and complete the dialogue between a policeman and a suspect. We're going to listen together first, and then I'm going to give you a few seconds, 5 minutes or something. This is going to be very short, 5 minutes to do it. But first, I'm going to, now, let's listen together first, and then you can do it on your own. Sheila, can you direct your camera to your face? Because I always see only the wall. Exactly, yeah. Move it. So you are in the middle of the picture, okay? It's important, so, because otherwise I don't know if you're there or not. You know, the same situation with Soraya, that you have your face like out of the picture. You know, imagine I teach like this all the time. It will be very uncomfortable for you because you cannot see me, you know. Hi, you know. Try to focus the camera so I can see you, you know. So it's better like that. Okay, for everybody, for everybody. Okay, so sometimes I know you're tired and you just like this, but try not to be like this, you know. Like if it's only your hair, you know, it's difficult to have a class. You know, look, I make an effort so you can all see me. You can see my face, you know, whatever it is, you know, do the same, okay? Show your face. So it's in this case, there's no problem, but in other classes, I have had problems with people who are like in a very dark room and I don't know. I have never seen them, you know, like it's problematic. So try to show your face clearly. I think it's, you know, like a basic thing. Let's go again, okay? And we're going to listen. Let me share the audio. Let's go.
5.39.
Your surname's Jones, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And you're 27, aren't you?
Yes, that's right.
You weren't at home last night at 8 o'clock, were you?
No, I wasn't. I was at the theatre.
But you don't have any witnesses, do you?
Yes, I do. My wife was with me.
Your wife wasn't with you, was she?
How do you know?
Because she was with me, at the police station. We arrested her yesterday.
Oh my God. The plot thickens. Okay. Okay, so basically what you have to do is just complete and pay attention to the intonation. This is super important, okay? I'm going to give you 5 minutes to do this. It's 10 minutes is too much. You will finish really quickly. It's only 39 seconds and one shot. Okay, let's do this. Let's go now, please. You can listen as many times as you want. I'm going to be in silence so you can listen. Okay, let's go. Okay, we're going to check. Everybody's ready. I'm going to check now. I'm going to share. Okay, Nicole, can you start with the first part? You have to turn on your microphone.
Sorry. Please say your surnames, Jones, isn't it?
Isn't it? Remember,
Yes.
you remember you have to link the T and the I. Isn't it? Not isn't it. No, isn't it. La T tiene que ligarse con la I. Okay? Isn't it? Isn't it? Okay. Samantha. Well, yes, it is. Samantha.
And you are 2016, aren't you?
20 what?
7, aren't you?
27. Aren't you? Nuria. Yes, that's right.
This is right. Okay. You weren't at home last night at 8 a.m.?
Sorry?
You weren't at home last night at 8 a.m.?
8 at 8. It's okay.
Yes. Were you?
Were you? Very well. No, I wasn't. I was at the theater. Sheila.
That you don't have any witnesses, do you?
Do you? Yes, I do. My wife was with me. Angel.
Your wife, your wife wasn't with you, was she?
Was she? How do you know? Well, because she was with me at the police station. We arrested her yesterday. Okay, let's check. So the important thing that you have to remember here is that the intonation has to be correct. The intonation. Okay. The surname's Jones, isn't it? Isn't it? You know, you don't say your surname's Jones, isn't it? No, isn't it? And you're 27th, aren't you? You weren't at home last night at 8, were you? But you don't have any witnesses, do you? You have to do a little emphasis. Your wife wasn't with you, was she? You see? You have to emphasize it a little. Okay? Well, we're going to continue. I think everybody did very well in this exercise, so congratulations. And we're going to start with part 1 of a short story in number 5. This is the last group of exercises of the book. Okay. So I'm going to show you how it works. We have to listen and read at the same time. We have to listen and read at the same time. You have the here to read, okay? And then we have to answer a few questions that we have here. Okay, we have to listen and read at the same time. And before we begin, we have a glossary. We have a glossary here. Can you please read the glossary, the first word of the glossary, Madeline? Trial, very well.
I have to continue or?
But you have to read the definition, of course.
I don't like, I can read the part that is in the other color. I don't know if it says something. Try the process. Okay. trial. The process where a judge listens to evidence and decides if AB is guilty or innocent.
SB means somebody.
Okay, somebody is guilty or innocent.
Yes. The process where a judge, un juez, a judge, listens to evidence and decides if somebody is guilty or innocent. A trial. What would that be in Spanish? A trial.
Like a juicio.
Un juicio, exactly. Very well. Un juicio. Okay. Very good. Irene, can you read Peckham?
Yes, Peckham, an area in South London.
South London.
South London.
Yes, it's like an area, a district, a neighborhood, whatever you want to call it. It's called Peckham. Okay. Allison, the prosecution.
The prosecution, the lawyers will try to show that somebody is guilty of a crime.
Yeah, the lawyers, abogados, who try to show that somebody is guilty of a crime. How would you call that in Spanish? Do you know?
Un fiscal.
La fiscalía, very well, exactly. People who want to show that you are guilty. No son los que defienden, sino los que acusan. That is the prosecution. Okay? So we have here the case for the defense. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to listen and read. Okay? We're going to listen and read. You have to try to follow. Can you see? Can you read like this? Yes or no? It's very small, right? It's very small. I think I'm going to show you my book because I think in my book it's a little bigger so we can all see better. Okay? Just give me a minute. I have to open it, but I have it here somewhere. Here it is. The case for the defense. Is it a little better?
Yes.
Can you see? Can you see better now?
Yes, teacher.
Yeah, it's not a perfect photocopy, but no, wait, no, this is the same thing. No, it's not the same thing. Oh, it's the same thing. What an idiot. So sorry. I didn't share the correct file. This is the one. No, this is not the one. Oh, what's going on with me? This is the one. Are you seeing now? Yeah. Can you see? You can see better now, right?
It is better.
It is better, yes. Okay, so what we're going to do is let's do a couple of things because it's not an easy text. So what we're going to do, we're going to read it like this, and then we're going to listen and follow along. Okay? So first we're going to read it. Alejandra, can you read the first paragraph?
It was the strangest murder trial I have ever attended. They named it Peckham murder in the headlines. Also Northwood Street, where Mr. Parker was found murdered, was not actually in Peckham.
Okay. Thank you very much. What is the headlines? Alejandro.
The first page of a newspaper.
Very well, Richie, exactly. Los títulos del diario. Okay. That is the headlines. You see, usually when you have like a big murder, they have they have names. They name it. So they called it the Peckham murder. The Peckham murder. That was like the name of the murder. But it says, although, aunque, Northwood Street, where Mrs. Parker was found murdered, was not actually in Peckham. Actually, ojo que no significa actualmente, significa en realidad. O sea, no era en realidad en el barrio de Peckham. Pero estaba cerca y le pusieron Peckham y listo. Okay? Very good. Richie, can you read the next paragraph, please? The prisoner.
The prisoner was a well-built man with bloodshot eyes, an ugly man, one you wouldn't forget in a hurry, and that was an important point. The prosecution intended to call 4 witnesses who hadn't forgotten him and who had seen him hurrying away from the little red house in Northwood Street.
Exactly. What is this? A well-built man with bloodshot eyes. This is a description. What is well-built? What do you think?
He had work muscles. He exercised.
Exactly. Well-built means like he was like a big man with muscles. Well-built, right? And bloodshot eyes, what is that?
He had red eyes, like when you're staying too late without light.
Yeah, bloodshot eyes is like inyectados de sangre, literally, you know? They have like, usually some people have like a very intense look. Probably that. It's probably just like that, okay? Because an ugly man, that's easy to understand. And then this description, one you wouldn't forget in a hurry. What do you think it means, Richie?
That you wouldn't forget his face so easily.
Exactly. If you are in a hurry and you see this person, you don't forget this person because he was like very ugly. Basically, that's what it means. Okay? And this is an important point because the idea is that if you see a murderer, you can recognize the murderer later. If he has like a face like a lot of people, it's difficult to know, right? Very well. Thank you, Richie. Madeline, can you read the next exercise? No, sorry. The next paragraph. At 2 o'clock.
At 2 o'clock in the morning, Mr. Salmons, who lived at 15 Northwood Street, had been unable to sleep. She heard a door shut.
She heard.
She heard a door shut, and so she went to the window and saw Adams, the accused, on the steps of the victim's house. He had just come out and he was wearing clothes. Before he moved away, he had looked up at her window.
Exactly. So Mrs. Salmon, I know the pronunciation is very weird, but this is the correct pronunciation. Mrs. Salmon, who lived at 15 Northwood Street, had been unable to sleep. What do you think is this, Madeline? Unable to sleep.
He couldn't sleep.
She couldn't sleep. Very well. Exactly. He heard a door shut, a door close. You know, the door was closing. And she went to the window and saw Adams, the accused, on the steps of the victim's house. What is this? On the steps. What are the steps? Madeline.
I don't know. On the steps of the victim's house.
Yeah, normally steps will be pasos. But in this case, it doesn't make any sense to say the steps, los pasos de la casa. What are the pasos de la casa de alguien? It doesn't make any sense. Steps can also be escalones. Okay? So this is the idea. You know, usually in Great Britain, all the houses have steps, you know, to get to the door. You have a few steps. So this is, he was on the steps, like very next to the door, very close to the door of the house. Okay? He had just come out and he was wearing gloves. He was wearing gloves. So very suspicious, right? Thank you very much, Madeline. Angel, can you read the last one? Henry McDougall?
Henry McDougall, who had been driving home late, nearly ran over Adams at the corner of Norwood Street because he was walking in the middle of the road, looking dazed. And old Mr. Wheeler, who lived next door to Mr. Parker at number 12.
Mrs. Parker.
Parker, are number 12, and was woken up by a noise and got up and looked out of the window. Just a mere salmon had done. So Adams back as he turned. Those bloodshot eyes. In Laurel Avenue, he had been seen by yet another witness.
Okay, let's dissect this because it has a lot of words, you know. What is run over, Angel? What do you think is this? Nearly, this Henry McDougall, you know, he was driving home late. He was in his car. Nearly ran over Adams. What is to, this is in the past, of course. The verb is to run over, run over. What is that?
Like, he crashed. Oh.
Atropellar, yes, that would be like he nearly, almost, nearly means almost, nearly ran over Adams at the corner of Norwood Street because he was walking in the middle of the road looking dazed. What is dazed? Anybody has any idea? No? There's a song by Led Zeppelin called Dazed and Confused. No? No idea? Who spoke? Somebody spoke. I couldn't hear you. Somebody was speaking?
Aturdido.
Yeah, very well. Thank you, Samantha. Yes, that's more or less the idea. Confused, you know? Well, aturdido, it says in the dictionary. Very well. Yeah. It's a little bit like confused. That's the idea. Yeah. And well, this Mr. Wheeler was woken up by a noise and got up and looked out of the window just as Mrs. Summon had done. So Adam's back, and then as he turned those bloodshot eyes. Well, he was seen by many people. Okay. Now we're going to listen. And you're going to listen and follow along. I'm going to try to show you all the text. Can you see it all? Yes, right? Okay, you can see it all, and I'm going to share the audio. Okay, 1 second, because the listening is in the platform. Okay, here it comes. Let's listen.
5.41 The Case for the Defense by Graham Greene. Part 1.
It was the strangest murder trial I have ever attended. They named it the Peckham murder in the headlines, although Northwood Street, where Mrs. Parker was found murdered, was not actually in Peckham. The prisoner was a well-built man with bloodshot eyes. An ugly man, one you wouldn't forget in a hurry, and that was an important point. The prosecution intended to call 4 witnesses who hadn't forgotten him, and who had seen him hurrying away from the little red house in Northwood Street. At 2 o'clock in the morning, Mrs. Salmon, who lived at 15 Northwood Street, had been unable to sleep. She heard a door shut, and so she went to the window and saw Adams, the accused, on the steps of the victim's house. He had just come out and he was wearing gloves. Before he moved away, he had looked up at her window. Henry McDougall, who'd been driving home late, nearly ran over Adams at the corner of Northwood Street because he was walking in the middle of the road looking dazed. An old Mr. Wheeler, who lived next door to Mrs. Parker at number 12 and was woken up by a noise and got up and looked out of the window, just as Mrs. Salmon had done, saw Adams's back, and as he turned, those bloodshot eyes. In Laurel Avenue, he had been seen by yet another witness.
Okay. So it's time to do the exercise. Let me share again. This is the one. Okay. Yeah, whatever. Here. Okay, so the idea is that if you want, you can listen or you can read and listen, and then you answer these questions over here. Okay, everything is here. So be careful and try to answer everything. Okay, I'm going to give you the standard 10 minutes so you can work on it and one attempt. Do you have any questions before we begin? No? Okay, well, let's go. Remember to answer with your own words, okay? With your own words. Let's go.
What activity is?
Alison, tell me, I didn't hear you.
What activities?
What activity we are working on?
Yes, have a problem of
Okay,
internet.
what happened? You had a problem with your internet?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, let me show.
Leave the meeting.
How long were you gone? Because how long were you gone? 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, or 20 minutes? I don't know. Because we were working with the activity, we read everything, you know, it's the same activity.
No, not beginning the activity.
We began the activity. Okay, let me go to the beginning of the page. So it's this activity, the first one of point number 5. Okay, you have 10 minutes to answer the questions here.
Okay.
You have to read the text if you want, or listen to the text if you want. But the idea is that you answer the questions. Okay?
Okay, thank you.
Let's go. Okay, we're going to check. Okay. The only person who hasn't finished is Allison because she started later. But well, sorry, Allison, but we have to start checking, otherwise it will take a long time. We have to carry on, okay? But continue working. Let's check together. Okay, so Samantha, the first question, where did the murder take place?
In Norwood Street.
Okay, so the murder took place in Northwood Street. Exactly in London. Very good. Thank you very much. Ángel Hidalgo. Second question, what did the prisoner look like?
Looked like he was well built with bloodshot eyes. He was a ugly man.
Very well. Bloodshot eyes, not bloodshot. No, be careful. Bloodshot eyes. Bloodshot eyes. Okay, very well. How many witnesses saw him, Madeline?
4.
4 witnesses. Very well. Richie, why did Mrs. Salmon go to the window?
Because she couldn't sleep and heard a noise coming from the victim's house.
She couldn't sleep and then she heard a noise. Very well. Alejandra, when did Mr. McDougall see Adams?
When he was driving home.
Exactly, he was driving. And Sheila, what did Mr. Wheeler see Adams's face?
Yes, he saw it.
Yes, first he saw Miss Adams's back, and then as he turned, when he turned, he saw the bloodshot eyes, the face and the bloodshot eyes. Very well. Excellent. Very well. We're going to, okay, it's 12:47. So if we start the other exercise now, no, we're going to do we're going to do the recess now. We're going to stop now, and then we're going to continue after the recess with the rest of the exercise. Because if we start now, it takes a few minutes. It will be past 11 then for you. Okay, so what time is it now? 43, almost. Okay, see you at 12:03. Okay? Is that correct? Yeah, 15 minutes. Okay, see you guys in a few. Rest a bit. Okay, we're back. Guys. Come on, wake up. Okay. We're going to do the second part of the story. And the second part of the story is very similar to the first part of the story. The mechanics are the same. We read and listen. First, we're going to read with my book because it's simply looks better. Okay. Is everybody here? Nuria, where are you, Nuria? Where are you, Nicole? You're traveling somewhere? In your car?
Yes.
Are you driving? No.
No, I'm not driving.
Okay. Good. Be careful. Okay. Okay, Nuria is here. Everybody's here. Good. Let's continue. I'm going to share and we're going to read together. Okay. Daira. Can you start reading the first part?
Okay. I understand the lawyer for the prosecution.
Yeah,
Say.
prosecution.
Prosecution.
And
Okay.
this word, super important, lawyer. Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Not lawyer, no. Lawyer.
Lawyer.
Lawyer. Okay?
Okay. That the defense intends to prove mistake identified.
Okay. Plead.
Plead.
Mistaken identity.
Mistaken identity.
Continue.
Adam's wife will tell you that he was with her at 2 in the morning of February 14. However, after you have heard the witnesses from for the prosecutions and examine it carefully the future of the prisoner. I don't think you will be prepared to admit the possibility of mistake.
Okay. Of a mistake.
Of a mistake.
Yeah. A couple of questions, just to make sure that we understand everything. What do you think is the word plead over here? This is a very specific word that is usually used in a court of law.
In Spanish is suplicar.
Sorry, what will be?
No, suplicar, no.
It could be, yeah. It could be. If you look it up in the dictionary, that's one of the meanings, probably. But in this case, you plead something, is declarar algo. Declararse culpable, declararse inocente. That will be the meaning, ¿no? Hacer una declaración jurada, por ejemplo. ¿Ok? Plead mistaken identity. Eso es lo que van a declarar, que hay una identidad equivocada. Mistaken identity. ¿Ok? What is features over here, Daira? The word features, do you know this word?
I don't know this word.
Features means characteristics. Characteristics. Okay. Facial features, like the features, las características para describir a alguien. Okay. You know, the features of the prisoner. Los rasgos sería. Okay. Okay, good. Nicole, can you participate in class? Yes. Can you read the next paragraph? Yeah.
Yes. Sorry, I can't read. Mr. Salmon was called again. She was the ideal
Yes.
witness. With her slide, Scottish accent, and her expression of honesty and kindness.
Kindness.
There was kindness. There was no malice in her, and no sense of importance. She told them what she had seen and how she had run in police station.
Okay.
And
Thank you.
okay.
Thank you. A couple of things. What is the word slight? Is like a small, as like slight would mean, let me see the dictionary. A very small accent, como un ligero acento. That would be slight. Okay. A slight Scottish accent. Remember, it's not accent, but accent, un acento. A slight Scottish accent. And the expression of honesty and kindness, of course. There was no malice in her. What is malice, Nicole? What do you think? It's similar to Spanish word.
Como malicia.
Yes, exactly. Very well. There was no malice in her and no sense of importance. She didn't feel important. Okay. She told them what she had seen and how she had rung. Rung is the past participle of ring, to call, and to ring, to call on the phone, the police station. Very well. We're going to continue. Madeline, can you continue reading? And
do you see the man here in corn? She looked straight at the big man in the dark, who stared hard at her with his bloodshot eyes without emotion. Yes, she said, there is he. There he is. You are quite certain? She said simply, I couldn't be mistaken, sir. Thank you, Mr. Solomon.
some.
Solomon.
Thank you. Thank you. There's a couple of words here, you know. Of course, plead, you plead guilty, you plead innocent. It's how you say in court that you are guilty or of a crime or not guilty. Okay. The defense is the opposite of the prosecution, obviously. Court es la corte, ¿no? La sala donde se juzgan los crímenes, right? And the dock, he says, the place in a court where a person who is accused sits or stands. Como the area where the accused person is sitting. Okay, it's basically that. Una tarima, something like that. And then cross-examine. Cross-examine is to question a witness carefully about answers they have already given. To question again, it will be. Okay, to question again. Okay. Do you have any questions about the part that you read, Madeline? No?
No.
Okay, perfect. We're going to continue with this part. The lawyer for the defense, Maria Gracia.
Yes. The lawyer for the defense began to cross-examine Mr. Salmon.
Summon. Cross-examine. Pronunciemos hasta el final todas las palabras. To cross-examine, Mrs. Summon.
To cross-examine Mr. Salmon.
No, oh, sorry. Summon. Summon. No suena la L, no es salmon. Es summon. Summon. Okay?
Okay.
Continue.
No, Mr. Salmon, you must remember that a man's life may depend on your evidence. I do remember it, sir. Is your eyesight good? I have never had to wear spectacles, sir.
Wear, esta palabra la deberíamos conocer. Wear spectacles. Spectacles are glasses. Glasses. Okay?
Okay.
This is a British word, spectacles, but it's the same thing. To wear glasses, to wear spectacles, it's the same thing. I have never had to wear spectacles, sir. Sir, no sir, sino sir. Sir. Okay?
Okay.
Let's continue.
You're 55 years old, aren't you? 56, sir.
56, sir. Sir. Remember the pronunciation. It's not sir. 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 Can you repeat it?
Sir.
Excellent. Sir. Como si fuera una E. Sir.
Okay.
Continue.
And the man you saw was on the other side of the road. Is that right? Yes, sir, he was.
It's not sir. It's sir.
Sir. Sir.
Okay?
Sir, he was.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Maria Gracia. Okay, so what is eyesight? Is your eyesight good? What do you think, Maria Gracia?
Okay, vista.
La vista, exactly. And she says, I have never had to wear spectacles. Basically saying she can see well. Okay? And she says, you're 55. No, I'm 56. Okay, and the man was on the other side of the road, del otro lado de la calle. No? So what the defense is trying to say is that maybe she didn't see very well. Okay, because the man was far, she uses glasses or spectacles. So maybe she didn't see very well. Augusta, can you finish up this part?
Yes.
Until the end?
And it was 2 o'clock in the morning. You must have remarkable eyes, Mr. Salmon.
Mrs.
No, sir. Mrs. Okay. No, sir. There was moonlight, and when the man looked up, he had the lamplight on his face. And you have no doubts wherever that the man you saw is the prisoner? No, wherever, sir. Isn't a face you can easily forget.
Okay.
Isn't a face.
Yeah, very well. Thank you. You must have remarkable eyes. What is this word, remarkable, Augusta? What do you think?
I don't know how to explain even in Spanish or English, but I think that it's like super good, I don't know, or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. Remarkable in this case is like super good eyesight. Remarkable eyes is really good eyesight, really good eyes. You have remarkable eyes, you know, like una vista destacable, you know, something like that. It will be remarkable, super good. And it says at the end, she says there was moonlight, you know, the light from the moon. And when the man looked up, he had the lamp light on his face, the lamp from the street, so she could see him. And be careful with this word, Augusta, and everybody, of course. You have no doubt. Doubt. Okay, the pronunciation is doubt. Ow, ow. And the letter B is completely silent. So you pronounce doubt, doubt, not doped, doubt. La B no suena, ojo. Okay? You have no doubt whatever. In this case, whatever means en absoluto. You know, you have no doubt whatever that the man you saw, no saw, ni saw, S-O, the man you saw, the past of see, is the prisoner. None whatever. Ninguna en absoluto. None, ninguna duda, por supuesto. No doubt whatever. None whatever. Sir, it isn't a phrase you can easily forget. Okay? Now, we're going to listen and follow along with the reading now. Okay? You just give me a second to find the listening. And we're going to follow along with the reading. Let's go.
5.42. Part 2.
I understand,
the lawyer for the prosecution said,
that the defense intends to plead mistaken identity. Adams's wife will tell you that he was with her at 2 in the morning on February the 14th. However, after you've heard the witnesses for the prosecution and examined carefully the features of the prisoner, I don't think you will be prepared to admit the possibility of a mistake.
Mrs. Salmon was called again. She was the ideal witness, with her slight Scottish accent and her expression of honesty and kindness. There was no malice in her, and no sense of importance. She told them what she had seen and how she had rung the police station.
And do you see the man here in court?
She looked straight at the big man in the dock, who stared hard at her with his bloodshot eyes, without emotion.
Yes,
She said.
there he is.
You are quite certain?
She said simply.
I couldn't be mistaken, sir.
Thank you, Mrs. Salmon.
The lawyer for the defence began to cross-examine Mrs. Salmon.
Now, Mrs. Salmon, you must remember that a man's life may depend on your evidence.
I do remember it, sir.
Is your eyesight good?
I have never had to wear spectacles, sir.
You're 55 years old, aren't you?
56, sir.
And the man you saw was on the other side of the road. Is that right?
Yes, sir, he was.
And it was 2 o'clock in the morning. You must have remarkable eyes, Mrs. Salmon.
No, sir. There was moonlight, and when the man looked up, he had the lamplight on his face.
And you have no doubt whatever that the man you saw is the prisoner?
None whatever, sir. It isn't a face you can easily forget.
Okay. So now we're going to do the exercise in the platform. Is this the same situation? You have a few questions that you have to answer. Okay. I will give you the standard time. You can listen or read again if needed. If you can ask me questions if needed too. And you have one attempt. So do it carefully. Let's go. Let's start working now. Let's all start working at the same time. Let's go. Okay, everybody finished. We're going to check. I just want the answers. We're not going to read again or listen again. I just want the answers. Let me share just a second. Here it is. Okay. Sheila, can you answer the first question, please?
Or it means people think the so Adam
Sorry, can you read the question and then the answer, please?
okay. Adam the son was mistake identity.
Mistaken identity.
What does this mean?
And
Yeah,
the
okay.
answer?
Yeah, it means people think the soul Adam, that in fact it was him wasn't him.
It wasn't him. Okay, very good. Very good. People think they saw Adams, but in fact, it wasn't him. Very well. The second question. Where did Adams say that he was, Irene?
He said he was at home with his wife. Sorry.
He said he was at home with his wife. That's correct. Very excellent. Maffer, what did the prosecution lawyer ask Mrs. Salmon?
If she saw the man go
If she saw the man
in gold.
Sorry, I cannot understand. If he saw?
If she saw the man in gold.
If he could see the man in court. Yeah,
Yes.
very well. And the last question, Maria Fernanda, what 3 reasons did she give to explain how she had seen Adams's face so clearly?
She said that his face wasn't easy to forget and that the moonlight and the lamplight were on his face and that made it clearer.
Very well, yeah. First the moonlight, then the lamplight, and also the face wasn't an easy face to forget. Very well, okay. Excellent. So now we have to go to the last exercise. We have a glossary first. Yeah, we can see this glossary very well. It says, it has a few words. We're going to analyze the words here. Daira, can you read the first word? The word is swear.
Swear, to make a public promise that something is true.
Promise. Promise.
A promise.
Promise. Like it would be jurar in Spanish. Okay, that is to swear. To make a public promise that something is true. Okay. Nicole, case.
Case, something that is being officially investigated by the police, for example, a murder case.
Very well. A case, un caso, right? A murder case in this case. Nuria. Alibi.
Alibi evidence that proves
Somebody.
somebody was in a different place at the time that a crime was
Committed. At the time that a crime was committed. Alibi. What do you think is an alibi in Spanish, Nuria? It says evidence that proves that somebody was in a different place at the time that a crime was committed. So for example, there is
Una
a,
coartada, no.
exactly, very well, coartada, very well. That is an alibi. Be careful for the pronunciation. Be careful of the pronunciation. It's alibi, alibi, alibi. Okay, not alibi, no, alibi. Okay, very well. Maria Fernanda, be acquitted.
Be acquitted, to be declared not guilty of a crime.
Very well. You understand? Yeah. Any questions? No? Perfect. So what we're going to do, first we're going to listen together, and then you will have time to listen and answer the questions. This time you have more questions, as you can see. So this is why I'm going to give you a couple extra minutes. So you will have 12 minutes in total. But first we're going to listen together. Okay? Let's go.
5.43. Part 3.
The lawyer for the defence took a look round the court for a moment. Then he said,
Do you mind, Mrs. Salmon, examining again the people in court? Stand up, please, Mr. Adams.
There, at the back of the court, with a well-built body and a pair of bloodshot eyes, was a man who looked exactly like the prisoner. He was even dressed the same, a tight blue suit and a striped tie.
Now, think very carefully, Mrs. Salmon. Can you still swear that the man you saw in Mrs. Parker's garden was the prisoner, and not this man, who is his twin brother? You can't be sure, can you?
Of course she couldn't. She looked from one to the other and didn't say a word. The prisoner sat in the dock, and the other man stood at the back of the court, and they both stared at Mrs. Salmon. She shook her head. That was the end of the case. None of the witnesses were prepared to swear that it was the prisoner he'd seen. The brother had his alibi too. He had been with his wife. And so the man was acquitted because there was no evidence. But whether he committed the murder, or whether it was his brother, I don't know. That extraordinary day had an extraordinary end. I followed Mrs. Salmon out of the court. There was a big crowd of people outside the courtroom who were waiting, of course, for the twins. The police tried to make the crowd go away, but all they could do was keep the road clear for traffic. The police tried to get the twins to leave by a back door, but they refused. One of them, no one knew which, said,
Why by the back door? I've been acquitted, haven't I?
And they walked out of the front entrance. Then it happened. I don't know how, though I was only 6 feet away. The crowd moved, and somehow one of the twins was pushed onto the road right in front of a bus. He gave a scream, and that was all. He was dead. His brother looked straight at Mrs. Salmon. He was crying, but whether he was the murderer or the innocent man, nobody will ever know. But if you were Mrs. Salmon, could you sleep at night?
Okay. A little dramatic at the end, right? Okay, so now you have time to answer the questions. You have more questions this time. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 questions. Okay, so you will have, I will give you a couple more minutes as usual. Let's make it 13, okay? And one shot as usual. Let's go. Let's all start now. Let's answer the questions. You can listen as many times as you need and answer the questions. If you have any questions, you can ask me. Okay? I'm going to stop speaking and hit silence button so you can listen many times. Okay, we're going to start checking. Everybody already finished. So let me share first. There it is. So Irene, can you do the first question?
Yes, who was the man at the back of the court? And Mr. Adam's twin brother.
Yes, the twin brother. That's good. That's correct. Nuria, how was he dressed?
He was wearing a tight blue suit and a striped tie exactly the same as his brother.
Suit? No, suit. Suit. Okay. Maria Fernanda Luque, what did the defense lawyer say to Mrs. Salmon?
He asked if she was sure that the man she saw was the prisoner or his brother.
Exactly. Daira, what was the man's alibi?
He has been with his wife.
He had been with his wife.
He had been with his wife.
Correct. Maffer, why was the man acquitted?
Because none of the witnesses were prepared to swear that it was the prisoner they seen.
They had seen. He was the prisoner who they had seen. Okay, good. Madeline, why was there a big crowd outside the court?
They were waiting to see the twins.
Everybody was waiting to see the twins. That's correct. They wanted to see the twins. Richie, why did the brothers refuse to leave by the back entrance?
Because the one that was under trial was acquitted.
Yes, and they said, well, we are acquitted, so we don't need to leave by the back entrance. We can just go through the front door. Augusta, what happened to one of the brothers?
I can find the word. What reply? He was accidentally pushed in front of a bus and run over.
He was pushed in front of a bus. Yeah, we don't know if accidentally, but he was pushed in front of a bus. That's correct. And the last one, the last question, Kathy. Why does the writer ask the question at the end? If you were Mrs. Salmon, this is a mistake. It should be Mrs. Salmon. Yeah. If you were Mrs. Salmon,
Because the surviving twin brother might want revenge, especially if he was the murderer.
The murderer. Yes. That's right. Yeah, exactly. Very well, Kathy. Yeah, you don't know if you might want revenge at some point. Okay, good. Did you have any problems with this or not? It was okay? Okay, good. Well, we have, the good news is that we finished. That we finished the book, and this is great. So we have time to prepare I mean, we have time to revise and to check some things, right? The bad news is that I mean, it's not bad, of course, but the bad news is that we don't finish the class. We have to continue, okay? We have to continue doing, we don't finish now. We finish the activities from the book. And I prepared some interesting activities that we can do in groups. I think it's important that we practice speaking. This is the most important thing, okay? So I sent you via WhatsApp. I don't know if you received it. But the idea is that you opened it. If possible, open it in the computer, okay? And because this is the PDF that we are going to work with. We're not going to do absolutely everything, but we're going to do some. of the activities in the PDF. Okay. So what we're going to do, did you open the text that I sent you? The PDF that I sent you? Yes, everybody, can you do this if you opened it? Yeah, good. Maria Fernanda, did you open it? Yes, good. Afer? Yeah, Alejandra, Soraya, Irene, you opened it? Yeah, Nicole? Nicole? Oh, she froze again. She has problems with the internet. Richie, were you able to open it?
I'm doing it, but I need to open the website in the computer first.
Yes, yeah, I understand, don't worry. So the idea is that we're going to do a couple of exercises first. From this PDF. The idea is that we do them in groups, okay? So we're not going to do all the exercises, okay? But the first one we're going to do. The first one I'm going to share is just a series of questions that we're going to ask and answer. This is just a series of questions. As you can see, this has your car or bike ever been stolen? What's the best present you've ever given? Now, these questions, in many cases, you can answer yes or no, but it's super important that you say why. Okay, you cannot say, has your car or bike ever been stolen? Yes, and stop. Now, you have to say why. Yes, it was 2 years ago. I was in I don't know, I was going to the doctor, and you tell a story. You have a conversation, and the other person can also ask again. Like, oh really? And what did you do? Like you have a conversation. The idea is that we do this in pairs. This is how we're going to work. You have 20 questions, but you are going to do the first 10 questions with one partner. So you ask the questions and the partner answers. And then when you finish, you switch. The partner asks and you answer. And when you finish that, we're going to create different groups with different partners to ask and answer the next 10 questions. So you're going to have different partners, not the same person all the time. So for half of the questions, it's going to be one partner, and it's going to be randomly selected, because the computer selects randomly. I don't know who is going to be your partner. And then we're going to switch and you have another partner. So we can mix it up a little bit. Okay? Something that is super important. Be active. Speak. Talk to the other person. Okay? And the other person can ask you questions and you have a conversation. Okay? It could take a while if you really start speaking. Okay? If you answer short answers, don't do this quickly. The idea is not to finish quickly. The idea is to try to talk as long as you can. Describe the whole situation. You have another question, for example, that says, at what age do you think people should be allowed to vote? Well, you can give your opinion about this. Well, I think they should be allowed to vote at 18 or at 20 or at 16. But you have to say why, and you have to explain why. Okay? This is the most important thing. And don't say, because I think so. No. Try to explain with, some grounds for your answer. Algo de fundamento in this case. Imagine you're trying to convince the other person. That could be helpful. Okay? Madeline's already almost falling asleep. Now, you're very tired, Madeline. Maybe, okay, well, don't worry. The class is going to finish in a few minutes and then you can rest. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to create the groups. You all have the PDF, so I remember, use the first 10 questions. The first person has to ask all the questions first, and the other person has to answer, and then you switch, and the other person asks all the first 10 questions, and the person who asked at the beginning now has to answer. When you finish the 10 questions, you leave, and you have all the conversation, you leave the room. So I know who has finished. Okay, and then I'm going to sort again and create new groups for the last 10 questions. Do you understand? Yes, you understand? No doubts. Kathy, you understand? Yes. Augusta, Maria Fernanda. Perfect. Okay, I'm going to create the rooms automatically. So I don't know who is going to be in the rooms with you. Okay. Excellent. 2 people per room. We create, okay, here we have it. We have 8 rooms. Are you guys ready? Let's go. As always, I will be, in and out of the rooms. You continue doing your exercise, okay?
Your car or bike ever been stolen?
Can you hear me?
Yes.
I can I can hear you. Well,
Can you hear me? Yes or no?
has your car or bike ever been stolen?
Wait,
Probably not.
no. Nicole, can you hear?
Hi, Nicole.
Nicole, can you hear us? Because you have to answer first.
Some listen.
I
No,
can hear you.
Has some listen.
You have to, no, she cannot hear us. She cannot hear us. Nicole, try to leave and come back. Maybe that helps. Can you hear me, Nicole?
Yes, okay.
Can you hear me now?
Nicole.
Nicole, can you hear us? Okay, she left. Well, Irene, be patient, okay?
Okay.
I'm going to go to the other rooms.
Okay.
You be patient and wait for Nicole. She will be, at some point, she will be back. Let me see. Nicole, can you hear me?
Yes.
What happened?
I don't know, my internet is crazy.
It's,
Or-
it's faulty. Okay, go back to the room and work with Irene, okay?
I don't know how
You don't know how.
return to the room.
You have to join the room. Go to breakout rooms and join it. Understand? Good.
Uh, Have your car or bike ever?
Problem? Yes. Did you fix a problem, Nicole? Nicole.
Más o menos, la escucho más o menos.
Okay, well, try to work. Okay, I have to go to the other rooms. Okay.
What age do you think people should be always to vote?
I think maybe at the 20 years old. It's a good
Oh,
year.
You have to say why. Remember, you always have to say why. You cannot just say 20 years old and that's it. Say why. The idea is that you speak a lot.
For this, I think maybe under 20 years old for is more responsibility.
People are more responsible.
In this country, but in other countries, it's others. For
Okay.
example, in the United States, is 22 years old, I think, or 20
No,
years
they
old.
vote at 18.
Oh, 18.
I think most countries vote at 18. And what happens is that you can vote at 16 optionally, depending in some countries. For example, here I live in Argentina, and here in Argentina, people vote at 18, but at 16 is optional. You can from 16 to 18 is optional, and then at 18, it's an obligation. Okay. Okay, continue working, continue working. I was just going around the room, seeing that everything is going well. Continue working. Remember what I told you. Try to speak more. You know, if you answer the question, say why this is your answer, okay? Okay, good.
Right, the correct way. So I have to be careful. Yeah. Do you like being photographed?
I don't like to be photographed because I don't know how to pose.
Okay.
Okay, and do you like to be photographed?
I don't like to because I think that I don't look good in photos sometimes. So yeah, I don't think so.
So you're alternating one
Yeah.
answers and the other
Yes.
answer. Okay. Okay, good. Continue working, please.
Have you ever been caught cheating in an exam or spending?
Yeah, I think yeah.
And at
Wait.
what age?
Wait. Remember, you have to say why.
Oh,
You don't just say 18 years old and then that's it. Say why you think that. Give your opinion, okay?
okay. What age do you think people should be allowed to drive?
Yes, 19 years old is what is safer, more seguro.
Yeah, and safer. And why do you think that?
O sea,
In English.
sería
No. English, zero Spanish. Okay, try to say why you think it's safer. Because this is what you get. It's safer at 19. And it could be safer, but tell me why. I want to know why.
the people that are older.
Because people are older, maybe more responsible. Yeah, okay. You understand? The idea is that you try to speak more. Okay, I am trying you to get you to speak more because sometimes you give short answers and it's okay, but the idea is that you develop fluency. I'm trying to help you for the exam, okay? That you try to speak a little more, Sheila, okay? Continue working.
Okay. Do you like being photographed?
Yes, I like the picture.
Why? Remember to say why.
Because I don't know, I like. Ah,
Are you okay?
um,
What happened? What happened?
I think she left. Probably something.
Something happened there? Like, I don't know. It looked like she was trying to avoid some
sorry.
sort of.
Okay.
Okay? Everything okay?
Yeah. Picture. I'm sorry. A ver, because and I am your friend. All right.
Because you enjoy it, you like it, you enjoy it. Okay. Okay, good. Okay. I don't want to be a little, you know, I don't want to be like a little cumbersome, you know. No quiero ser muy molestoso con este tema, you know, but I think it's important that you try, that you make an effort to speak a little more. Don't say just a few words and that's it. Okay, try to speak a little more, okay? Remember, this is going to help you. This is only to help you. I'm trying to help you, really, okay? Remember, when she asks you a question, Sheila, try to say why. Don't just answer, okay? Try to say why and explain. Try to tell a little story about it, okay? And then when you finish, you switch, okay? I'm going to continue go to the other rooms.
Okay.
Why are you with the microphone off, Daira? Everything okay?
Yes, they're waiting for me. Okay. Wait me, please. Wait me. Yeah. At what age do you think people should be allowed to ride?
I think that 20 years old, because after before the time we are teenager, I don't think good.
Yeah. Okay. Do you like being photographed?
I don't like the photo. I like the past, the time with my friends, live the moment, and no the photo.
What's going on in this room? Everybody is with the microphone off. You're not working?
Yes.
But no, you're not.
Finished.
Are you finished?
Yes.
Okay, well, leave the room. Okay?
Oh, okay.
When you finished. Okay, did you do all the questions?
Profesor, una consulta.
Okay.
A lo que se termine la clase, quisiera hablar con ustedes sobre un asunto. ¿O le puedo decir ahorita?
No.
Sino que como estamos trabajando. Okay.
At the end of the class, because right now it's recording, you know?
Okay.
Okay, after the end of the class. Okay, no problem.
I never been couch apart from I don't do it.
Yes, To me, yes. I I never copy, but maybe a friend. Oh, wait. I see a friend copy, and my teacher, sí, nos dio eso. And they, no, she take a 0 in the exam, and the final exam.
Oh,
Remember, you
there
say
you
copy, you say cheat. In English, you say cheat.
Okay.
Cheat.
What cheat is copy?
No, cheat is cheat. No, copy es copiar, pero no tiene el sentido de copiar en un examen, digamos.
Ah,
Si uno
okay,
quiere
okay.
hablar de
Entonces
copiar en un
cheat.
examen, tiene que decir cheat. Es como engañar. Okay?
Okay, cheat.
Continue working.
Okay.
That's all. Okay.
Question number
Do
10.
you prefer do you prefer driving or begin driving?
Being driven.
Driving.
Being driven.
I prefer a bit driven for now I don't know how to drive.
How to drive.
I have to drive, sorry. It's drive.
Okay, you still don't know how to drive, so you prefer being driven, obviously.
Yes.
Okay, good. Okay, do you finish?
Well, no. I'll tell you.
Okay, continue.
And you, Nico?
Well, I prefer begin driving because I'm very nervous and I I I I think ¿cómo se dice chocar? Que me voy a chocar.
Crash. You're afraid you're going to crash your car.
Say.
Crash.
Yes, yes, please.
You're frozen.
Um,
Okay. Okay, good.
Hola.
No. You're back. You're back. Okay, let's continue. Okay. Did you finish the questions? Yes, right? Okay, we're going to close all the rooms. Let's go back to the main room, please. Okay, so I didn't have time to check all the rooms because when I wanted to check some rooms, they had already finished, I guess. What happened with Richie and Maria Fernanda? You finished quickly. Yeah. Remember, the idea was not to finish quickly. The idea was to try to speak more. Okay, so try not to finish so quickly next time. Okay. Well, we did the first part and now we're going to do the second part. Now in the second part, basically I assign new people, so you are not in the same groups with the same people, and you do the questions from 11 to 20. Okay. Remember, something super important. Don't just answer, for example, like I think one of the question was, at what age do you think people should be allowed to vote? Don't say, I don't know, 18. That is not a correct answer. You have to say, why? You have to give your opinion. This is the point of the exercise. People should be allowed to vote at 18 because this, because that, because this, or because that. Okay, you have to tell me your opinion. Well, not me, your partner, the person you are talking with, speaking with. Okay, this is super important, and I emphasize this. Sometimes I am a little annoying with this. Soy un poco molestoso con esto. But the important thing is that you practice. I want you to speak. Okay, if you only answer with short answers, you're not practicing. So it's important that you speak. This is the way we prepare for the exam. Some of the people I checked, they were working very well, but I didn't have time to check all because some of them finished super quickly. Don't finish so quickly. At least wait for me. Okay, I'm going to try to go one by one. Okay, let's do this again. No. Okay, so we have new rooms. Perfect. Let's go. Nicole, you have to enter the room with Richie.
Okay. Sorry, my internet is está horrible.
Okay, don't worry, don't worry. If you need to, you can just turn off your camera a little bit so you can work. Okay?
Okay.
But try to join the room with Richie. Hi, guys. I told Nicole to have the camera off because she's having internet problems. But she will have the microphone on. Are you there, Nicole? Nicole? She's having internet problems. I need you to be patient, Richie. Okay.
Yes.
Nicole, are you there? Yes, are you there? Nicole? Nicole? Can you hear us, Nicole?
Hi.
Hi, okay. You have to work with Richie.
Yes.
Okay? I will go to the other room. Remember, don't do it so quickly, okay? Let's go.
Okay.
At school.
I think yes, it is necessary. So it is something we do every day.
I think so, you say. Be careful, sorry. You never say I think yes, because the word yes can only be used at the beginning of a sentence, like yes or no. If you use it after that, after another word, you have to say something different. So for example, I think so. Okay?
Okay.
Sorry to interrupt.
Okay, question 18. Have you ever been attacked by an animal?
Yes, I was once beaten by a dog in the street.
Oh,
And
wow.
where does the dog bit you?
I don't listen. What?
I was asking you where did the dog bit you? In the face, in the arms?
In the leg.
Okay.
Okay. And number 19, has one of your holidays or flights ever been canceled?
No, I have never had a vacation canceled.
And 20, how soon do you think ebooks will be used in all schools instead of paper books?
I don't really know, but I think it will be many years from now.
Okay. So you don't think ebooks are going to replace paper books in very soon?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Yeah, I agree. Well, maybe next generations disagree. Okay, now you have to switch, right?
Okay.
I'm going to continue
Number.
working with other people. You continue working on your own.
There's other people. Okay. Number 11. Name the best.
I don't know. I don't know how to say when a dog te ladra.
Bark.
Bark. Yeah. A dog barked me and I run away from my parents and yeah.
You don't like dogs?
I like it, but the dogs that I know, not like stranger dogs, I don't like.
If it's a strange dog,
Yeah.
But dogs can sometimes be a little aggressive if they don't know you. I mean,
Yeah.
especially big dogs. They can be dangerous. Small dogs,
Yeah.
not so much, but a big dog, like a Rottweiler or one of those Doberman dogs.
I would like to have a Rottweiler, but mine, not like a stranger dog that is
You want a Rottweiler, but those dogs are really like, I mean, they could be dangerous. They can kill a person.
yes, but I heard that it's not like that bad when you like cría.
When you raise the dog.
Yeah, when you raise the dog, like it's not dangerous for you, but they can protect you. So
Well,
I don't know.
Yes, they can protect you. If you go out with that dog on the street, I think nobody will approach you.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah.
no thieves coming near you.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, that's the idea. Okay, continue working. I'm going to a different group.
Okay.
Have one of your holiday or flights.
I'm not
They aren't. They don't have a good salary, but I think that the politics are the best paid in the country.
Yes. Have you ever been photographed by a professional photographer?
I'm not. I don't, but my son, yes, with her cousins and her birthdays.
Teacher, finish.
We finish in this moment.
Yes.
Yes.
Now? You finished now?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, okay, I can't do anything. Don't worry, don't worry.
Sorry.
Did you switch?
Yes.
You asked and you answered the question.
Yes.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Okay, well, I have to believe you. Okay, don't worry. I have to go check the other groups, okay?
Okay.
Yeah. Are you often
Sorry?
Are you often asked to show your ED when past the last time?
Yes, I usually show my ID when I was in my English class Thursday and Tuesday.
Okay.
It's a good example.
Yes.
How do you feel about being covered when you are speak English?
I feel good because the person who correct me wants to me to improve myself.
Do you think like cooking should be taught at the school?
I think that yes, because this
I know it's very important. Where, for example, I live alone in Guayaquil, and I cooking meat every day.
Okay, next question. Have you ever been attacked by an animal?
Attacked.
Yes.
Attacked by an animal.
Yes, once I bought a dog when I was reading my bike in my tongue at my 5 years old. It's very, very sad for me this day. I very embarrassed. I'm embarrassed for the people see me.
Oh, okay. Wow.
Has one of your holiday or vacation ever been cancelled? Cancelled.
Yes, in the pandemic. When the pandemic, I hit in the canceled my vacation to
Airport in the immigration section when I was traveling to Miami with my family.
Okay. Are you often asking to show your ID when was the last time?
I feel good because I know I am wrong and they correct me so that next time I can do better.
Okay.
Sorry, that was not the question. The question was about the ID. When was the last time you showed your ID, your cédula?
Okay. Yes, at the Guayaquil airport in the immigration section when I was traveling to Miami with my family.
Okay, confused to the question.
Yeah, you were confused with the question. Yeah, I think ID is not a passport. No es un pasaporte, es la cédula ID. Y la última vez que la mostraste fue hace 3 horas en la clase. ¿De acuerdo?
Yes.
At the beginning of the class, right?
Okay.
Continue.
Okay. Do you think like a skill like cooking should be taught at school?
Taught.
Taught at school.
Okay. I feel because I feel good because I know I wrong and they correct me so that next
Sorry,
time.
Maria Gracia. This is also not the same question. You are answering
Okay.
a different question. She asked you question number 17. Do you think life skills like cooking should be taught at school?
Okay, sorry. I could be that's something you could also teach at home.
And why do you
Yes.
think so? Why?
Sorry?
Maria Gracia, why? Why do you think this skill can be taught at home and not at school?
Uh, hmm. Um, is okay. Because 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 show the subjects vital.
I don't understand, sorry. Shows what?
I'm repeating the word.
Can you repeat?
Okay, we show subjects vital at school, the cooking at home.
Taught at school. El pasado de teach es taught.
Okay.
Continue.
Yeah. Have you ever been attacked by an animal?
No, never.
Okay. Has one of your holiday or flight ever been cancelled?
Okay, when you finish, you go to the main room, okay?
Okay.
Capacity.
Are you able to work correctly or more or less?
And the signal of Nicole is a little jammy, so we have to do the job very, very slowly.
Okay, well, yeah, I understand. I understand. Be patient, please. Okay.
No, we just finished it. We just
Okay.
finished.
You can go to the main room then. Okay.
All right.
That's it. Daira María Gracia.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay. Relax. Whose song do you think ebook will reuse in the school instead of paper books?
Okay. Mm, eh, mm, could be in the university. Yes.
The question is how soon? How soon?
How soon?
Yeah. Like, for example, never, or maybe in 10 years, or in 5 years, or maybe next year. How soon do you think ebooks, you know, electronic books, like, for example, like a PDF or something like that, they can replace paper books? So you don't have to buy paper books anymore, or you don't have to go to the library and get a paper book, and you can just use a PDF all the time. Do you think that will happen, María Gracia? How soon? ¿Qué tan pronto? How soon?
Okay. Eh, okay.
For example, in this moment, are we using?
In the next school year, oh, in the next school year, to go a little further.
Okay. Yeah, but in a lot of universities, in a lot of classes, they are already using everything in PDF.
Cool.
Yeah. For example, in this class, everything is on PDF or in the platform. So yeah, it's happening. It's happening. Yeah. Okay. Did you finish?
Yes, I finished.
Okay, good. Let's go back to the main room, please.
Okay.
Okay. Okay, good. Well, interesting exercise. Did you have a good experience speaking, or did you feel a little frustrated that you didn't know how to say the things that you wanted to say? Or maybe a little of both? I want some feedback. Madeline, how did you feel?
I think the middle of both, because sometimes I feel like I'm saying good the things that I want to say, but sorry, there is words that I don't know how to say, like a specific word, and I don't know how to explain that word with other words. So yeah.
This is the idea of practicing, trying to sometimes you want to say something and you don't know how to say it, so you say it in a different way, or you try to explain it. For example, when I entered your room, you were trying to say the sound that a dog makes Now, and I told you, well, barks, the dog barks, ladrar, you know? And it's in those specific cases, you can also, for example, as a tip, you can go to the dictionary. Remember, you can use a dictionary and not a translator, because a translator usually gives you strange answers sometimes. Okay. Well, I think it's time to finish. We see each other next week. Remember the assignments that I sent in the WhatsApp group. Please do them. Next class, I'm going to check if there are some exercises that we haven't done from the previous lessons. And if we haven't done some exercise, we can do them to practice. But I will also have material so we can continue practicing a little more speaking like today, but also some grammar, okay, for the writing exam. Okay, guys? And start studying for the final exam. Okay. Do you have any questions? No?
Mister, I have a question. The ID is in photo or PDF?
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. The ID can be a photo or a PDF. It's okay.
But side by side or just the front of the ID?
Just the front. Don't worry. The important thing is that it has your face and your name, the number. That is the important thing. The back part of the ID, don't worry. Okay?
Okay.
The thing that is important that is not a PDF is the photo of your face. Okay? La foto tamaño carnet, that is, it's an image. Ideally PNG, but if you can't use PNG, you can use JPG, whatever you want, but an image. Okay, not a PDF. Do you understand? Yeah?
Yes, mister. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay, guys, see you next week. I'm going to stop recording.